Hi, in this short presentation I'm going to show you how to scaffold your own personal web application using yFiles for HTML and the yeoman generator. In this specific case I'll be using WebStorm. There's also another tutorial showing how to use Visual Studio Code, but the main concepts are the same. I assume you've already downloaded the yFiles for HTML evaluation zip file and unzipped it to a convenient location. So you have the tools and the libraries and all the demos already. And now let's start scaffolding our own application. We start by going into the shell, and in one location we're going to create a directory, yFiles test, and change into that directory. And next we're going to use yeoman. And if you haven't done so already, you can install yeoman using npm install -g yo. I've did this already, so that's not necessary for me. The next step is for you to get our specific yFiles for HTML app generator, and this is going to be npm install -g generator yFiles app. Again, I did this already, so after you've done this, you can directly go and issue the yo command and add yo yFiles app. Yeoman will start and will first ask you for the name of the application, and the next thing will be the path to where you've unzipped the yFiles files. So we're just going to the location, copy the path, paste it here. It will remember the setting, and the next time you won't have to do this again. It will also ask you for the path to the license file. If you have an evaluation version, you can just accept the default. Next thing is to choose whether you're going to use a local npm version of yFiles, whether you're going to use ES modules or UMD modules. We recommend using the npm version, which works great with webpack and rollup, and especially the IDEs and their code completion. You can choose between writing a TypeScript application or ECMAScript 6 application. We're going to use ECMAScript 6 in this example. And last but not least, we tell it to scaffold a project which we can directly open in WebStorm, pre-configured to suit our requirements. The same is also possible for Visual Studio Code. In this example, we're going to use WebStorm. So let's see what happens. Last but not least, we need to choose. We can choose between yarn and npm. Either works. So we're going to use npm in this step, and it will now create a project in the directory that we specified, and we can directly open that project in WebStorm. So let's find the project location. My documents here. As you can see, it already contains the necessary project files for WebStorm, indicated by the black little icon over here. So let's see what happens. The IDE loads, and it starts indexing right away, so we will get code completion in a few seconds. As you can see, the project is very simple. It's a webpack powered project. It uses webpack and the webpack CLI as well as a dev server, and it also has a dependency to the now local npm module to yFiles. In the app folder, there's the script folder. There's a simple app for you to try out. It's a very simple class that simply instantiates a graph component, creates two nodes, changes the style, applies a layout, and then it's done. And there's also a very simple index.html file which scaffolds the graph component onto a plain HTML page. So let's see what options we have. There's a number of npm scripts available. Let's just hit the start button, and the webpack dev server is going to start. It will open the browser and start loading the application. The first time you do this, it will have to run Babel and optimize the library. This will take a few seconds, but it's just for the very first start. Let's see. Here's the result. We get a graph, very simple. And let's see whether hot reloading works and code completion. So we have code, and let's see. We get all the completions for the different methods, and we can read the documentation with the code samples linked from one to the next. And we get parameter information. Everything works as expected. Let's just add another node. And maybe use this variant. Layout 30, 40. Let's do white node, 50 pixels. Hit Control S. See how the page automatically reloads and loads a new graph with the next node. Works. Perfect. That's it. Thank you. Happy diagramming.